Hey, what's up, guys? RC Hobby Steve here. Welcome to episode 4, where we're finally going to start um, getting the body prepped for paint. I am going to start priming off camera certain pieces. I might do all the pieces since most of them are all sanded. Um, so that's what I'm planning on doing first, is priming, so that way I can continue sanding, because after the priming process I would have to sand everything down to make sure it's nice and smooth and ready for the first coats of paint. So hopefully this goes well. I am in a different setting, so I will check it in my room when I go get the primer, and if it's good, then this is the app I'll be using for my future videos. So yeah, guys, I'll be right back. Alright, guys, so it's the following day from when I recorded the beginning of this video. I already have everything primed up and sanded down. Right now I set up a little paint section in my bedroom. I was supposed to go outside and paint everything, but it did rain a lot last night, so the area I was going to paint in is all really soaking wet. So figured I'd get a couple trash bags, cut them open, and I am going to start laying down the first layer of paint. Now everything that's going to go black is what I'm doing first, so that way I have to worry about just the blue and the white. So I'm going to be using Tamiya color TS6 matte black. I'm going to be painting the inside of the trunk black, rear bumper, front grille, front bumper, the back half of the trunk, the other piece of the grille, battery cover, and the engine bay. Now I am gonna in the future detail this engine bay. For now I'm just gonna spray it all black. I do have silver and red, and I believe, yes, I have yellow as well for the battery. And I did purchase some good tape for this project. It's the frog tape, so this should make everything go easy for me when I'm doing the details in this. But this will be in the future. I'm not going to go too detailed into this build. I wanted to make sure I have the main layers down before I go into like details, because this can just come out afterwards and then I can figure that out later. So I'm gonna go ahead and wish me luck, cross your fingers that this goes well. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this, and then I'm gonna re-prep the area, take all these everything that's gonna be blotched in black out, and then lay down new paper so I can start the blue, and then the last thing would be the white. All right, here we go. Alright, guys, so we're finally back. I took a break to let everything dry, and I went out to this cool spot that hopefully I'm going to go to tomorrow, and tomorrow being Sunday, today being Saturday, to shoot some video, some new footage with my Jeep. So as you can see, the paint job went very, very well, just as I pictured it. The only part where I messed up was when I was picking up the cab. My hand got stuck to the body. Still have it on my stupid thumb. But other than that, that's fine. It's an old truck. I want it to be an old truck, not a newer style truck. So some scuffs here and there are perfectly fine for me. I was able to complete everything from the front bumper. The front bumper, I think, or the rear bumper still needs some paint. I noticed that I'm gonna touch it up with some paint by brush, just to touch it up here and there. I know the rear bumper needs some touching up, so you can see right there. There's some parts that I couldn't pick up until it was dry because of the way it is, and I couldn't hang it up anywhere. But everything came out great. I'm loving the way it is. I was able to partially glue in the doors, so I have to go ahead and I'm using super glue right now. The super glue is working fairly well. Just taking a little bit to dry, but for the most part the truck came out beautiful. On top of that, the dashboard, as you can tell, came out the exact color I wanted it to come out. So it looks really hot. The paintbrushes I had were decent. They weren't like super good, so that's why you see some black paint blotches on there. But for the most part, it went together really well. So right now what I'm going to do is glue in all the extra pieces to finally complete this build, and I will end everything off in this episode. This will be the final episode, and then I'll do a test run video, which will be a complete different video from this. To throw into this video, I was expecting this to come in Monday. As you guys know, I ordered some lights, some custom lights for this truck, and it came in today. So huge shout out to Manny Butler from Lit LED. I was able to get my custom headlights and taillights. So these are his pod style lights, and I wanted a warmish yellow. So I believe there's yellow in here, and I believe white. I don't know, he was... So yeah, like I was saying before, I got rudely interrupted by an advertisement that popped up on my phone. So these are for the fronts, and these are for the rears, for the rear bumper. Right here, as you can see, there's spots where the lights would go in. So I told them yellow, white, and then red, and then these would all be wired together, and I have a switch that will be plugged into this. I do not know exactly where I'm going to throw in the 3S battery in here, so I'm still trying to figure that part out. I might purchase a separate battery that's really small and try to fit it in somewhere, but at the moment I do not know where that's going to go. So the lights are going to be probably soldered in today and wired and zip tied to the chassis and whatnot, because I won't need to take this body off, only to remove the 3S battery and charge it. So yeah, the battery mounts in from the back, which is cool. So this piece holds in the tray, which that's one of the pieces I have to glue, but you see that's where the battery compartment is, so it's really convenient. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and begin the gluing process. So wish me lots of luck on that, because this came out amazing. It looks beautiful. And yeah, let's get started. Alright guys, so I was able to glue absolutely everything that I needed to glue on. As you can see, added some more details on the inside. There's some touch-ups that I have to do here and there, but for the most part it came out really well. I do have the lights already glued in to the front and the rear, but as you can see, they're not wired yet, so I'm gonna save this for episode 5. I know I said this was gonna be the last episode, but I didn't have enough time, and it is late, so it's gonna stop here. The trunk is already mounted to the chassis. The front cab is not yet, because I have to figure out all the wiring issues. But for the most part, this has been a really fun build so far, and I can't wait for episode 5 to get the electronics in, and the truck started up for the first time. So stay tuned for episode 5, and if you haven't seen any of the other episodes, I'll leave a link down in the description so you can catch those as well.